Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Diamonds and Washi. My name is Katie, and today I'm here with a review of one of my recently completed diamond painting projects. This is from the shop Munimade and is called Books and Things, and it's by the artist Kat Fedora. I got this kit actually in May of last year, and honestly wanted to work on it almost right away, but decided to tuck it away into my rainy day stash, which is just a collection of diamond painting kits that I am saving for a rainy day, just, when I need a pick-me-up or kits that have special meaning that I just want to save and savor a little bit. This is one of those kits, when I did that unboxing, a lot of you were like, no, you loved that one too much. You're going to work on it right away. So, I didn't even make it a year. I'm really okay with it though. I thought this was so enjoyable overall to work on. So spoilers, would I recommend this kit and the shop? Absolutely. But I would love to dive into this a little bit more in depth, share what my overall experience of working on this kit was like, as well as talk to you about things like what I loved, maybe what I wasn't as sure of, and just generally give you a sense of what to expect if you were to order from this shop, whether or not it is the specific kit. So, like I said, Munimade, they're a small shop in the diamond painting world, but they typically have their kits on hand and ready to ship. Some small shops will do it differently. I'm always a proponent of make sure you're just reading all of the details on the listings to know what to expect as far as things like shipping times go. All of their pieces are legally licensed, and I feel like this shop was originally really known for its diamond painting trays. Still to this day, some of my favorite trays on the market. And when they expanded into diamond paintings, I just had a feeling that their high attention to detail and quality overall was gonna really lend itself to making some beautiful diamond painting kits and a really positive experience for crafters like you and I. So I have not been disappointed at all. They have gone through some different upgrades and iterations and everything, and I believe that this is from their most current, manufacturer and process and everything. So hopefully, if you were to order this exact kit today, then this is exactly what your kind of experience and what the overall rendered look would be and everything like that. Let me give you a breakdown of the stats. So I have my diamond painting logbook over here. I do like to track my kits on paper once I actually start working on a kit. And I put things like, a picture of the artwork in here, and I track stats, including, so the size, this was 60 by 81 centimeters. It had 70 colors, so it was pretty colorful, actually. Square drills, I started it on March 4th and finished it on March 19th. It was my 6th finish of this year and my 205th overall. I rank my confetti and my enjoyment levels on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being the least, 10 being the most. So confetti-wise, this is a little bit more confetti heavy than I expected. I ranked it a 7 out of 10. Enjoyment, I also ranked a 7 out of 10. I'll get into a little bit more detail why that wasn't higher, but that's still overall, I did enjoy this kit quite a lot. I need to go in and double check the drill count. I started this year in 2025 tracking the actual number of drills that I've placed. I thought it could be fun to track those and have that number at the end of the year too. And then I have things like what I loved, you get a little peek there, and then notes, things like this is ready to ship and when I purchased it. And 2.0 version is what I think they had it labeled as at the time. I don't think they still label it by version number because I think they've really shifted everything over to their, the same manufacturer, the same everything across the board. So I have my drills here, actually, I have 2 drill cases here. We'll take a look at those in just a little bit. First, I would love to give you more of an overview of this kit all around so you can actually see more of it. So this is one of those kits that really is chock full of details. For me, 60 by 81 centimeters, that's a bit on the larger side. I've completed larger kits, but this is still if I'm going to work on a kit that's this big, then I typically like it when the artwork itself has lots of little things going on throughout. What I mean by that is when I work on kits and I open up a section, because I tend to work on a section that's around this big, and so I'll maybe cut open the section and this is what I'll be working on start to finish right here. I like when I open up a section and there's a sense of I'm going to be completing something, I'll get to see a little some element of this piece, a really specific thing come together. And this piece definitely fit the bill for that. Lots of different little things, everything from individual books and, there are candles. There's lots of these star string lights. Of course, we had the cat up at the top that's now out of frame, the plant, all these different little things going on. and most of it, you know, some of the background like sky, that wasn't as fun, but the vast majority of this piece was more that high detail. And I don't know what it is. It's just like, if I open up a section and I'm going to be completing those like little hanging mushrooms, I feel like I've accomplished something when I finish a section. I'm like, oh, look at these mushrooms I finished. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I really like, I like that feeling a lot, and it makes it feel less tedious to get through a bigger diamond painting. Of course, what you define as big in terms of diamond paintings, that's going to be subjective, but I'm just speaking from my own kind of perspective here. So what I would really love to do is I'm going to bring you actually down closer. I'd love to show you up close to the different elements on this, but hopefully this still gave you a nice sense for just sort of the finished look in terms of rendering. Like it's beautiful, right? Okay, so I've seen this artist's work completed before, both from Munimade, and there's another small shop or two that have some of her work. It's all above board, you guys. And this is my first time I've worked on a piece by this artist as a diamond painting. It was really beautifully like done, and I feel like really nice to see come together and see how that color blending really translated into diamond painting form, because it's definitely not like blocky, you know, super clean, you know, lines in between colors. It's like there's lots of different shading elements going on. It's very soft in some ways, and seeing it translated into a diamond painting was just a really interesting experience in a good way. So anyway, let me go ahead and bring you down closer and let's take a look up close. Okay, so we're down in the bottom left corner of the kit, which is actually where I started the project. That's how I often start my projects, is I'll start like in the bottom left corner and I work on it really methodically in rows. This was kind of an interesting awakening, not a rude awakening because it wasn't like that extreme, but I didn't realize just how many shades of blue would be going on in this kit, in the background, in this night sky in particular. If you look, you can see there's several. There's like 10 different shades of blue. And so areas with the sky tended to be more confetti heavy even than I expected. But I think that it really was worth it and came together well. There wasn't a ton of color blocking in this kit. What you typically would see was some line blocking. So I was able to grab my multi-placer and zip through areas, or like small areas like this. So, and even like parts of the tree, some of that was kind of more like line blocking. So that was like a little bit of a thing I had to get my mind used to. Because I was like, I don't know why. My first impressions, I think, when I unboxed this was that it was more color blocking heavy. But when I got down into it, it was like, oh no, there's more confetti. Okay, shift my mindset a little bit. I love the special drills in this one. We have some white and yellow ABs in the candle and in here as well. I think this really only had ABs when it came to special drills. Yeah, this is before they started really doing, well, they've done crystals in some of their other kits, but ABs are really kind of their fare. I don't know if they've started adding any like dust drills into any of their newer releases, but you can I wanted you guys to see like these really lovely intricate details that I thought were done really well. I know there's some level of hand charting that goes into Munimade kits. I don't know how much. Sometimes it varies from shop to shop. But I do know that I feel like she's really highly involved with trying to get us a really, really, really nice translation of the original artwork into diamond painting form. And I feel like it was really evident in some of these like more detailed areas. I feel like it does come through. There's some yellow ABs in the stars, and is there? Yeah, there is. There's a light green AB in the leaves. So, and then my favorite part of this kit had to be the top shelf. So I have a black cat, well, tuxedo cat. And so this was really one of the things that drew me the most to this piece. I think this cat's adorable. These are my favorite books in the piece. I love the sun and the moon. They both have some white ABs in them that are beautiful. The hanging mushrooms are really pretty. Those were chock full of confetti. Like plants often are, but like these were just lots of confetti. And there's like a kind of orangish brown AB that was, I think, only in these mushrooms. I don't think I saw them anywhere else. But this was, yeah, getting to the top. I was glad I saved this for last because I was like, oh, this is just lots of fun to work on. The string lights, I didn't point it out as we were going up, but the string lights are made up of white ABs, like the white part is, and then there's yellow ABs in the stars themselves. So I will say that as I was getting up closer to the top, I don't think it's really going to be visible because I was able to really pick out good drills, but when I got up here to the top, and a lot of these dark color drills, some of those colors were pretty trash prone. I'll show you, I saved some of the trash in this kit, and I'll show you my leftovers as well, but trash drills, in case you didn't know what that means, is basically unusable drills for whatever reason. Notice that this kit has square drills on it, and the square drills, if you're looking, they sit right next to each other. If the square drills are inconsistent in size and shape, there's not space for those inconsistencies. Or if there's like a tab sticking off the side, they just won't fit on the canvas well, if that's the case. And so I really actively try to avoid putting down trash drills or drills with tabs sticking off the side. Actually, I think I might have placed one up here where there's like a tiny, tiny tab sticking out the top. You can kind of see it poking out towards the washi tape. So there were a number of drills that had those in them, but I had enough to complete the kit and then some, even after picking out those trash drills. And for me, like, that's what was the most important, was, do I have enough to complete the kit? I didn't love having to pick out trash. However, when you're talking about like resin drills and dark color drills, I kind of have just come to terms with, like, that's the reality of it, is you're likely just gonna have trash. And so I'm all about setting expectations, right? Like, if I know what to expect, then I'm a little bit better about it. I also wanted to point out something interesting, that there were a couple of different kinds of drill shapes, and you can a little bit see it in here. So like this lighter color versus this color. There we go. Okay, so this lighter color kind of came up in like almost points, like little pyramids, and this color almost exclusively had like the flat tops, and occasionally there was like a slight difference in the height, but I think I remember from this time period them saying that their manufacturer was in the process of switching over, and that by this point I think that they're all like the same number of facets. And this is something that, this is not a deal breaker for me. It didn't even make it on my list of like cons at all. It's an observation. Like, it's just oh, hey, here's this thing that I noticed and I thought I would point out, because I just love all of the like little details and talking about all those kinds of things. I think really have a preference on like which kind of facets of drills that I like. But I know some people do, so I just thought I would mention it. But especially when I'm stepping back and looking at it, I don't really notice it, so it's fine. I just love this part so much, you guys. Yeah, absolutely. This top part was my favorite part of the whole canvas. You can see how nicely the drills really do fit up next to each other. I like the grid on this kit. It just was nice. Overall, really top-notch quality materials, like the drills, the canvas, the glue, all of that. It just simply was really enjoyable and relaxing to work on. I know I just talked about like a couple of like kind of things about it, or uncertain things, but I want to be totally clear. Like, this was by and large just really, really, really relaxing and nice to work on, because the whole product was, it just felt like a really nice quality, like lots of attention to detail, trying to give out, to send out this really high quality product as possible. And I felt that as I was working on it. That said, I'm gonna pull you back out a little bit. I'm gonna talk about drills and just some other kind of observations with this kit. Okay, so as far as drills go, I did end up just breaking into and using 2 Elizabeth Ward storage containers. This is definitely my preferred method of storage. I like that I can have all the colors out. These came in originally in the kit in resealable bags, and so I didn't have to kit them up into storage containers. I could have just put the labels on the bags and then worked out of those, but I personally prefer structured storage like this because, well, I'm a klutz. So instead of trying to squeeze it all into one, which would have been really hard with 70 colors, I think I said 60, 70 colors, instead I was like, I'll just have 2 trays. So I had a full size and half size Elizabeth Ward style tray. You can see that I had plenty of colors left over. These dark blues were the ones that were in the background, like these 2, this dark blue, and then this one over here. And you could see that's a gray, but still that was around some of those same areas. I had enough colors left in enough drills left in every single color. I didn't run out. Oh, sorry to bump that. I didn't run out of any colors. And you can even see like there's plenty of good drills left in these containers. So even though initially I had this moment of like, ooh, am I going to run out of any of these drill colors? Like, no, of course I'm not. Look at how many left over there were. And that was with me being really picky and picking out all of the like anything that was even remotely trashy. Some of those drills I probably could have placed on the canvas and been just fine. But no, there was plenty left over. And the thing is, with a shop like Munimade, if let's say I were to have had like a terrible experience with the drills of a particular drill color, and I run out of usable drills, what am I going to do? I'm going to contact Munimade and let her know. And I am fully confident that, YouTuber or no, like, she is going to stand behind her product, and no matter who's contacting her, she's going to make it right. So that gives me peace of mind when working on these kits too. It's like, not only, I don't know, it's like I'm confident I'm not going to have a problem, but just in case I were to, I'll just let them know and it'll be fine. You could see, I know it's really chaotic because I was so lazy and I just would drop trash drills or whatever in this spot. Like, this is just this little like bit of trash drills in various colors. You can see some drills that have tabs sitting outside. That's just where I dropped them. It's really not that bad for a kit this size. I don't always save my trash drills, but I don't know why I was just dropping them in there. I think that a couple of colors when I was early on in the painting, I thought, ooh, am I picking out a lot of trash? Should I save them in case I want to go in and like take a pair of nail clippers and clip off the tab and then I can place it? Because I just didn't want to have to wait for replacements if that were the case. But it just wasn't an issue. I didn't need to have even done that. So yeah, these are the drills. They included the sticker labels. Munimade also includes, I believe, sticker labels, and they have these full-size ones like I use, but then it also includes like one that just has the symbols, that if you use storage containers, like the screw top jars that are really small, you can really easily fit that like really small sticker on there, as opposed to having to like cut around the longer strips. So it's just a nice like extra inclusion too. As far as other thoughts about this kit, I think we really covered the things that, what my thoughts were as far as things I wasn't sure about, but also the things that I really loved. For me, one of the things that I tend to care about the most when it comes to my diamond paintings, and I'm trying to judge like, okay, how much did I actually enjoy working on this kit? And would I buy from this company again? And would I recommend this company to you all? I just am looking at the rendering. The rendering is how the artwork is turned into diamond painting form. So how does this look completed? And my answer to that is just, I love it. I personally think it looks really, really, really nice. If you look here at the original artwork, here, let me do it this way. I feel like when you look at that and then you look at the diamond painting, it looks like the original artwork. I think that they did such a wonderful job with Kat Fedora's work and translating it as a diamond painting. So rendering is something that ranks super high on my list of things that I care about and what I take into consideration. And this for me is like chef's kiss. I think it's absolutely beautiful. The confetti was totally worth it. So that said, I think that that's really all I have to sort of share about this particular kit. If you couldn't tell, I'll say it again. Absolutely, I would recommend Munimade. I know that with small shops, sometimes I'll hear you guys mention, and I totally get it, having some sticker shock, especially compared to larger diamond painting companies out there. And just things to keep in mind is, yeah, I totally understand that it might not be in your budget. I'm not telling you to overspend whatsoever. Something that I keep in mind with small shops is that they can't move the same kind of volume that big shops do. They have different kinds of costs to take into account. And frankly, I just appreciate so much that shops like Munimade are really striving to do right by artists by compensating them for the use of their artwork, and are often just like a one-person, two-person business, a family business, trying to just put out a really high quality product. And so I do tend to give a lot of grace and understanding, especially when it comes to things like pricing and turnaround time and things like that. But only you can decide, how those different things weigh and if you feel like it's worth it to you. Munimade does have a rewards program, like a points program, that I feel like is pretty generous, and I've been able to use it to save a bit on my paintings before, or my trays. So I would suggest creating an account and, using the rewards program. And their website includes like their kits and their trays. So it's like if you're buying trays, you can earn points to use towards your paintings. Oh, let me also mention, because trays can sometimes be hard to get your hands on because they're popular and tend to sell out really quickly, for each of their diamond painting kits, they create a coordinating premium toolkit. So they have like a basic toolkit, and then they have a premium toolkit you could upgrade to, and it comes with a coordinating tray. It's either smaller or large depending on the size of the painting, and they pick the color, but it's still like a really hassle-free, stress-free way to try out one of their trays without having to hope that you catch like a drop or something like that or waiting on the customs list. But I just thought I would mention that because I forgot to mention that earlier. I'm probably forgetting to mention something else. If I do, I'll add it to the description box of this video. You'll also find some links in that description. Things like links to past reviews and unboxings I've done from this company and links to their socials. Even if you're not looking to do any shopping at the moment, joining their Facebook group is a great way to stay up to date with new releases or new things that they have coming. Like I saw they announced that they are doing a 3.0 version of their trays that I'm intrigued by. So if nothing else, you could join their Facebook group to, stay up to date with what's going on, even if you're not looking to shop. But either way, thanks for watching. I genuinely hope that this video was helpful. I love trying to share about small shops and share completed kits and give my, share my experience about them and give my impressions. So that hopefully that helps you decide if this is someplace that you want to spend your money. If this artwork isn't necessarily your taste, they do have a variety of artists and art styles. It does tend to be like more whimsical and fantasy centric, but she's been branching into some other stuff too. So take a look and see if something happens to catch your eye. But all right, friends, subscribe if you want to stay up to date with my diamond painting videos. You'll see reviews from a variety of shops, unboxings, tutorials, weekly whip and chats. I'd love to have you here. But either way, I hope that you are doing well and that you are taking care. Have a day that's as amazing as you are. I'll talk to you on the next one. Bye.